Nate, you picked the Clippers to win in 6 games. You must be feeling pretty good about it. Is this series officially over?
Done. Finished. Time of death, game 3 of this series. This was the fewest amount of points the Denver Nuggets have scored since game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Minnesota Timberwolves last year. This is bad. Really, really bad, because let's take a look at some of the performances here. Jamal Murray had over 20 points. Aaron Gordon played effectively enough offensively, scored 16 points along with 7 rebounds. And Nikola Jokic had a triple-double. It seems very normal for the Denver Nuggets to put up these similar stat lines. The only difference is, as has been basically the big issue everybody's been talking about, they have no bench. They have absolutely no bench, which is interesting because the whole rift between the general manager and also the head coach, Michael Malone, was the GM wanted younger guys and for Michael Malone to play younger guys, and Malone trusted his older veteran pieces more. Well, this game is a perfect example of why Michael Malone is 1,000% correct, because the bench scored a whopping 6 points. You can look at some of the other bench players for the Los Angeles Clippers here. Nicholas Batum outscored the entire Nuggets bench and actually doubled the whole Nuggets bench. The whole Nuggets bench. Derek Jones Jr. scored more than the entire Nuggets bench. So these are Los Angeles Clippers bench players individually outscoring the entirety of the Denver Nuggets bench. So if Nikola Jokic doesn't score 45, if Jamal Murray doesn't drop nearly 30, if Aaron Gordon has a subpar performance, and Michael Porter Jr. actually is playing relatively the same as he always does. He could barely hit a shot, and he's dealing with an injury right now, so he could actually be a massive minus on the court because he's not 100%. He played 35 minutes, and apparently he's very badly injured, so much so he's basically hinting that if he can go at the same level he did in Game 3, he's probably not even going to bother playing in Game 4. So my guess would be, the Nuggets are done here. It doesn't matter. I mean, Nikola Jokic was as animated as probably anybody's ever seen on that bench, and it's because they're just not talented. Nikola Jokic is putting everything he's got. He's averaging 42 minutes a game in this series so far. What I find interesting is the Clippers are doing a phenomenal job. Every single starter for the Denver Nuggets is shooting below, just attempts-wise, shooting below their playoff career average. So the Clippers are doing a phenomenal job maintaining pace, forcing the Nuggets to commit more turnovers than normal. I mean, the fouls were basically the same, close enough. It was a 3 difference in favor of the Clippers having fewer, but the turnovers were a big thing. I mean, think about it. The last time Ben Simmons, and this is crazy, Ben Simmons off the bench had 3 rebounds, a steal, and a block. The last time he had that exact stat line of at least 3 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block in the same game was 2 months ago. So even Ben Simmons is putting up production that we've never seen, at least in a decent amount of time. Nicholas Batum went 4 of 6 from 3 last night. So the Clippers are playing a phenomenal level of basketball. Kawhi Leonard, a double-double. James Harden playing effectively. Offensively, he scored 20 points and as well as had 9 assists, doing what he always does on the basketball court. And we finally see Norman Powell have massive impact in this game as well. Hitting a couple threes here. And all around, this series is 100% done. The Clippers are at home once again this weekend, so I fully expect them to win because if we look at the numbers, that's exactly what they do at home. Now, this is not updated for playoffs. This is only during the regular season, but this is exactly who the Clippers are. They dominate at home. They do okay on the road. Not great, but they do significantly better at home. And this blowout performance, they beat them by 34. I don't expect them to shoot 46% from 3 in Game 4, but I do expect them to put up a similar performance just because that's what they do. This is a Clippers team that's hungry. Kawhi Leonard is healthy. James Harden, we haven't hit round 2 yet where he hits his big off-the-cliff nosedive, so we're still in round 1. They have a good James Harden still. Norman Powell could be an impact player. Ivan Zubac, tremendous job defensively, banging into Nikola Jokic and offensively, being extremely physical with Jokic, maybe keeping him off balance. And I think all around the Clippers' defense is on point. The offense is playing at a high production value level. So I think all around the Clippers, this series is 100% done. Clippers, it might well be Clippers in 5 at this point.
Oh, well, you're very confident.
100%.
Yeah. I think it's tricky to measure a series on one night. Games 1 and 2 were decided by a total of 5 points. Game 3 was a 34-point runaway by the Clippers almost from the jump ball. So they just weren't ready to play the Nuggets. So They were way, way behind by the end of the first half. The game was over at that point. The Clippers were superior in almost every aspect of the game, using a balance of scoring and stops to hand the Nuggets a decisive defeat. The Nuggets interim coach Edelman said it doesn't matter what your adjustments are if you're not going to meet the challenge. We got embarrassed today, but the bottom line is it's just one game. My 5 takeaways from last night's game: Jokic, he appears to be worn down and frustrated. You mentioned his animated comments on the bench to his teammates. His teammates aren't rising anywhere near his level. He might finally be wary of it all. I think he had a 23, 13, and 13 night last night, a triple-double, and a 34-point loss. So those are great stats, but they're meaningless in that kind of a loss. The minutes in game 1, he played 46 minutes. No rest in the second half of game 2. The time he put in last night, as you mentioned, he's averaging 42 minutes. The Clippers take advantage when he's on the bench. They can't leave him out of the game because the Clippers just start dominating. So, he's the one-man team. Unfortunately, they do have these other players who have played well in the past and in their championship run 2 years ago, but then they're just not playing up to snuff in this series for sure. At least last night they weren't. Zubac, he's giving Jokic issues. He's the best player. Jokic, the best player in basketball for sure. But there are moments last night when he wasn't the best center on the floor. In Game 3, Zubac took 12 shots and made 8 of them. The difference was 4 points and 4 rebounds between Jokic and Zubac, and that's going to be a loser for the Nuggets every time. You can't let that happen because these other players aren't stepping up on the Nuggets side of the ball. And number 3, the Clippers may be the league's hottest team. They peaking at the right time. They won 18 of their last 21 regular season games. Avoided the play-in tournament, which I think was big for them. Leonard, 21 points, 11 rebounds in Game 3, and Harden had 20, as you mentioned. Powell also had 20. They had really good balanced scoring. I think Lou's coaching is keeping the team motivated and fresh, and that's big for them as well. And then number 4, Russell Westbrook, his sad return. He was released by the Clippers. Could not exact any kind of revenge last night. He rolled his ankle before Game 3. He only played 9 minutes. His sore foot limited his quickness, and he took 5 3-pointers and missed 4 of them. He's erratic in his performances. They swing from thrilling to forgettable, and his availability is an issue because the Nuggets bench is not deep. So that was a problem. And then the last thing I think was the arena. It's a brand new arena. It was a distinct advantage for the Clippers last night. They have the wall, which sits behind the opposing team's basket, and they make a lot of noise, and they were there, and everyone was really fired up, and it was very exciting. It's the first playoff game in this new arena, and it was a big success. So just looking at a few of the stats here, as you mentioned, the Nuggets don't have any bench. With Russell Westbrook hurt, he's somebody that has been giving him some productivity off the bench. They only had 6 points. They had 6 rebounds. They had 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. That ain't going to get it done, that's for sure, particularly when the Clippers bench had 31 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 6 blocks. They played really well. You look at the 3-point field goal percentages, the Nuggets 27%. They ain't getting it done when the Clippers are shooting 46%. And you look at the rebounds, the Nuggets 38, the Clippers 48. That's a difference of 10. The turnovers, and again, a problem for the Nuggets as it was in Game 2. They had 16 turnovers and gave up 16 points over those turnovers. The Clippers had 11, gave up 9 points. If they have to win the next game, the Nuggets, or I agree, it's over. So we'll see what happens.
I think that right now this is just a pure dominance thing. Now you're just getting completely dominated on every single facet. The Clippers had more assists, more rebounds, more points in the paint, more second chance points, more fast break points. I mean, every single facet of the game, and now even during the garbage time. So you bring in players who basically never play. So for the 3 minutes and 43 seconds, the Clippers had a starting five that basically never plays. That starting five outscored the entirety of the Nuggets bench. That's how bad it is. That's how piss poor the Denver Nuggets bench is. The fact that you could bring in guys in garbage time and they could score collectively more than your entire bench, who played significantly more minutes than the Los Angeles Clippers garbage time players. Mm-hmm. Which a couple of them have been around the league for a little while. Mm-hmm. Like Drew Eubanks and also Patty Mills was out there. Now, Patty Mills didn't score, but still. That's how bad it is.
Well, they have to win. They have to win the next game. If they do, then they take the home court advantage back, and they go back to Denver, where the Clippers are not that great on the road. So this is a must-win game. I agree with you. If they lose, I think the series is over.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching this clip of the Harvey Hour. If you want to watch the full show, you can by clicking the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to take the show with you on the go, it is available wherever you get your podcast. We go live here on YouTube every single Tuesday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a video and whenever we go live.